Good morning to everyone. My name is B. Ramu. I'm from 7th semester ECB section. I'm going to give a presentation on the topic of the standardization of ecosystem policies and patents. The standardization of ecosystem policies and patents. So as we can see this picture, we can understand what is this ecosystem policies and patents. So based on this figure, we can say that uh, ecosystem is equal for everyone. So as well as the policies and patents also equal for everyone. So that is what it can depict this picture, like anything, books, food, travel, anything is equals to everyone. So that is called as a policy and patents. So welcome to an in-depth exploration of standardization ecosystem, where technologies advancements meets a legal and economic frameworks. We will deliver into how industry standards facilitate interoperability interoperability and the complex dynamics that arise when patent intersects with these critical frameworks, such as within a particular focus on SCPs. We can also call it the standard essential patents and their policy implementation. The SCP is more usually often used in industrial purpose. So to understanding the SCPs, I'm shown here three main aspects. First one, essential to implementation, friend commitments, and driving global adoption. Coming to the brief introduction about different aspects I'm shown here. The first one is essential for implementation. So the SCPs are patents that claims inventions deemed essential to implement a technical standard. Without using this patented technologies, it's impossible to comply with these standards. There are different types of standards out there. The first one is the uh, patent owner, R&D innovators, standard setting organizations, and technology companies. So these patents play a critical role in the standardization process, as the technologies and patents are essential for implementing industrial standards. To understand these motivations, strategies, and challenges faced by patents is a key to navigating this complex world of SCPs and FRAND licensing. I forgot to tell you what is FRAND license or FRAND commitment. The FRAND commitment is the patents to commit in a licensing of SCPs on a fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory terms. That is also called as a non-discriminatory is frond. Sorry, this commitment is a crucial for broad adoption and ensure fair access. So coming to the driving global adoption, the SCPs are fundamental to widespread adoption of modern technologies like 5G, Wi-Fi, and various video compression standards like JEPG or JPNG, etc., enabling global connectivity and innovation. So to know about FRAND licensing in depth, like what is fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory kind of words. So you can show the shown one picture that's equals to the legal and well as the ecosystem. So the as well as the ecosystem is equals to the legal when it's possible only we can say the ecosystem policies has patents are equals to everyone. Otherwise there is something happened that also we can call it as a fraud licensing. So why it's coming and what are the techniques to avoid this type of fraud licensing we can discuss here. So the fraud licensing is a constraint of SCP's ecosystem designed to strike a delicate balance. It ensures that patent holders are appropriately compensated with their innovations while preventing them for abusing their market power. The core principle is that licensing terms must not creating a barrier to the implementation of the standard. However, the interruption of fair and reasonable often leads to dispute as there no universally agreed upon definition, making a negotiation complex and sometimes it will be continuous. So, the patent policies in standard settings organization, also called as a SSOS, standard setting organization. So, there are key principles are there in SSO, like disclosure requirement, licensing commitment, neutrality in disputes. So these are the different terms. Like the disclosure requirement is nothing but SSO mandate the disclosures of patents that may be become essentials during the standard development process, ensuring transparency among their participants. So this is called as a disclosure requirement. And coming to the licensing commitments, there are different types of policies often required to members to commit to licensing on a RAND or royalty free terms, fostering an environment of open access and collaborations. So when we do a collaboration or any open access, so we need to commit a license, then only we can deploy into the market. Coming to the neutrality in disputes, SSOS typically maintain a neutral stance, avoiding direct involvement in listening, negotiations, or patent disputes, leaving this to the parties involved. So there are different challenges of SCP's enforcement and disputes. So this bar graph is shown that there is a different colors, all are similar to the black, but there is a slight difference in each color. So based on this color we can divide it into five types, like patent hold up, ambush, and royalty stacking, NPE litigations, friend interruption, and others. So we can say that the enforcements of SCPs throughout this with challenges. Patent holdup occurs when a patent holder demands an excessive royalties after a standard has been adopted, even effectively holding up the industry. Oh, sorry. Even when we holding a effectively standard of the royalty, the patent holds up is necessary. While coming to the ambush, it involves a non-disclosure of a patent during the standard settings, only to assess this later. The royalty stacking is explained as or defined as a the royalty stacking happens when numerous of SUP holders demands a royalties, leading to an aggregate burden that can exceed to the value of standards. Non-practicing emitments, you can also call as a NPs. These are often complicated matters by occupying SCPs and aggressively seeking royalties without manufacturing their products. The the other is also called as there are different types of minor challenges also there. So these are not matter. Coming to the geopolitical and economic dimensions, we can see geopolitical means like different countries. When we deploy a product or deliver a product into the market, so it's not only valid to the one nation, it may be introduced in geopolitical, like different countries, France, USA, Ukraine, Russia. So yeah, so our product is our what we can say, or our mac sorry, uh, or SCPs are used in geopolitical. So uh, we need to follow some economic dimensions. The while patent rights are territorial and their impact on global standards is far reaching. National court rulings can influence global licensing terms, creating a fragmented legal landscape. China's is growing influences in standardization and its approaches to SCP enforcement have added a new layer of complexity, often politicizing disputes and impacting global economic strategies. This interplay underscores the need of international consensus, consensus, consensus on SCP policies. There are collaborative strategies also there to improve their SCPs in globally, patents, pools, and arbitration. So there are different types of strategies like patent pools, arbitrations, and meditation, international corporation. The patent pools like a simplifying license by bundling multiple SCP forms different holders into a single license. Okay, the patent pools means different types of SCPs is combined to the single license by reducing the transaction cost and the risk of l- litigations as well as coming to the arbitration and meditation. It's an organization like WIPO offers arbitration and meditation services, providing a neutral forums to resolve friend disputes more efficiently and effectively than traditional litigations. Coming to the one more strategy that is international corporation. There is a growing emphasis on international corporating among stakeholders and regulatory bodies to harmonize approaches and streamline SCP conflict resolution globally. So these are different types of strategies that used by the SCPs. The policy deployment and international corporation. So this is the most important parameter on SAP. uh, Policy development, key agencies, international corporation, and ongoing di- dialogues. So these four parameters are interlinked to each other because the policy development is based on the international corporation, and the international corporation is also based on uh, like interconnected with the key agencies as well as the policy development. The ongoing dialogues are interconnected with the or based on the key agents. So like that, the four parameters are interlinked with each other. So there is an impact on innovation and ecosystem. So to explain this, we need to consider three parameters: accelerating eco innovations, balanced policies for investment, cost effective environmental solutions. While coming to the accelerating eco innovations, its a standard acts as a catalyst for eco innovation by enabling rapid diffusions and adoption of new green technologies across industries. So this is more towards the eco innovations without disturbing any environment. Coming to the balanced policies for investment, well crafted patents policies within standard encourage continued investments in research and development of environmentally friendly technologies. There is a cost effective environmental solution. It's flexible with the standardization process, suppose the development and deployment of cost effective solutions for the environmental challenges. So there is a triangle to explain the balancing innovation and competition and access of the SCPs. So there's a different stages. So the first one is a global collaboration, clear, fair licensing, and effective SCP policies. So to reach the stage one or level one, so the base is clear. The base is effective SCP policies. So whenever we take the SCP policy, it should be very effective among the all other SCPs, and a clear and fair licensing. This is the most important. So if not, if not, so it will be a legal litigations. So that is the reason we need to take a fair and clear licensing on our SCP. And to completion of these two terms, and we get the global collaborations, then only we get the collaborations in a global wise. So the effective SCP policies are paramount for foresting thriving global technologies ecosystem. The continued need for clear and fair licensing terms is essential to prevent dispute and accelerate the adoption of vital technologies. And finally, we can conclude this sustained international collaborations remains a critical for navigating the involving a landscape of standards, ensuring that innovations, competition, and sorry competition and access can coexisting humorously. Thank you.